Hey everybody, welcome to Cosgrove Math Revolution. Here we go, dividing fractions. This is going to be your practice video for dividing fractions. Again, my favorite website out there, mathdrills.com. If you need practice worksheets that are free, that also come with a key so you can check your work to see if you're doing stuff right, Math Drills is the best place to go that I have found. They have every concept that you can imagine out there, and they have multiple choices. So this is just dividing fractions worksheet A. They have multiple copies out there, different, varying worksheets. So check it out if you're looking for some extra work. It's an awesome website. So anyways, let's talk about dividing fractions. So let's remind ourselves. So I told you already, dividing fractions, I'm going to put it up here at the top of the page. The rule for dividing fractions is really simple. You need to drop, you need to change, and you need to flip. And you need to do it in that order from left to right. It's really important that you work left to right. Maybe we should write that, left to right. A lot of math is left to right. So I really enjoy dividing fractions using this method, so let's see how we do. These are some pretty basic fractions to start with, and then we'll throw in some mixed number fractions in the next batch and see how we do. Let's start with an actual fraction-based problem first before we deal with these whole numbers. We'll come back to that. So let's talk about this guy right here, okay? We're going to drop 8/5. We're going to change to a multiplication. We're going to flip 3/2. 3/2 flip means reciprocal. So if we're flipping something, we're going to flip it over. So we have 3/2 is going to become 2/3. Okay? So this is my new problem. This is the same as this though. Okay? So here we go. So 5 and 2 do not have any factors in common to simplify. 8 and 3, no factors in common, so we're going to multiply across. 8 times 2 is 16. 5 times 3 is 15. If you need it to be a whole number, that is equal to 1, because 15 goes into 16 once, with a remainder of 1 over the denominator. 1 and 1/15. Okay, let's try this guy. So we're going to drop 7/2. We're going to change to a multiplication symbol. We're going to flip to 5/4. Okay, 2 and 5, no factors. 4 and 7, no factors. We have to multiply straight across. So 7 times 5 is 35. 2 times 4 is 8. And again, if I'm doing a whole number, 8 goes into 35 4 times. That's 32. Remainder would be 3, and that's remainder between 32 and 35. Over the denominator. So that's 4 and 3/8. Okay, so let's try this one. So let's drop 19/10. Let's change to a multiplication, and let's flip to 5/1. And look how nice this one is. This one we can divide both 5 and 10 by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Then I'm going to multiply across. 19 times 1 is 19. 2 times 1 is 2. And a whole number for that, a mixed number, excuse me, for that. 2 goes into 19 9 times, which is 18. So that leaves a remainder of 1 over the denominator, which is 9 and 1/2. Okay, how about if we do the one right above it? Let's do drop 11/2. Change, multiply, flip, 4/3. We are going to simplify. Divide by 2 on both of these. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 11 and 3 will not simplify. 1 and 2 won't simplify anymore. So let's multiply across. 11 times 2, 22. And 1 times 3 is 3. So if you want to turn this into a mixed number, 3 goes into 22 7 times. Make a big 7 here, which is 21. So the remainder is 1 over the denominator. Okay, let's tackle this whole number up here in the corner. So again, remember whole numbers have to go over 1. So that's really important that you remember that. So when I drop this, I'm going to have 20 over 1. I'm going to change to multiply. I'm going to flip to 3 over 5. And then I can simplify. Divide by 5, divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And 12 divided by 1 is equal to 12. Simplified. Okay, let's try one more on this page. This one looks nice because it's pretty simple. So drop. Whoa, back up, Mrs. Cosgrove. Put the 1 over 1 first. Now let's drop. And then let's change. And then this one, it doesn't make a difference, right? Because it's 1 over 1. It stays 1 over 1 because if you flip it, it stays the same. This is not going to simplify. So when I multiply across, I get 3 over 2. 3 times 1, 2 times 1. And this whole number is going to be 2 goes into 3 one time with a remainder of 1 over the denominator. Okay, let's try just a few more. And let's tackle some of these uglier ones. And I say uglier because they've got mixed numbers in there as well. So maybe not tackle the mixed number ones yet, but let's work on the ones that maybe aren't quite so ugly. So let's go with number 2 here. We're going to drop 1/6. We're going to change to multiply. We are going to flip 2 over 5. And then we can simplify. Divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And when I multiply straight across, I have 1 times 1, which is 1. 3 times 5, which is 15. Okay, smaller numbers on the top. So this is simplified. It is not improper. Improper is when the small number's on the bottom. So this is okay the way it is. Okay, let's do 1/10 divided by 1/6. So 1/10. That's my drop. Change. Flip. 10 and 6 both can divide by 2. 10 divides by 2 and goes to 5. 6 divides by 2 and goes to 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 1 is 5. This is my final answer. Okay, let's tackle, which one do we want to do next? Let's do this one. Okay, so we're going to drop 1 over 2, change, and this one I should change to an improper first, right? I forgot that step. So let's change this to an improper so we can actually put it as part of the problem here. So improper, remember, we multiply, we keep our denominator, and then we multiply 7 times 1, which is 7, and add 3, which is 10. So I have 10 thirds, but remember I'm going to flip this one, right? So this is a flip, which is going to be 7 over 10. Don't go too fast that you make that mistake. Okay, and then we're going to multiply across because 2 and 7 won't simplify and 1 and 10 won't simplify. So 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 10 is 20. That is my final answer. All right, let's tackle one more. Let's go with this really crazy one right here that has 2 mixed numbers. So let's make these improper first. So improper and improper. And don't go too fast because this is really important, okay? I'm gonna work kind of over on this side over here since I have a little bit of a box here. All right, I'm gonna turn this into an improper. 10. 10 times 1 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Bring down your division symbol because we're not ready to do our drop, change, flip yet. This one we need to make improper as well. So 7 stays. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 4 is 11. Now do drop, change, flip. This is drop. This is change. This is flip. Okay, 11 and 11 will simplify down to 1, right? If I divide both of these by 11, I get 1 here and I get 1 here. 7 to 10 won't simplify, but I'm almost done. 1 times 7 is 7. 10 times 1 is 10. So even though this was not a very pretty problem, we ended up with 7/10, which isn't a bad answer, actually. Okay, I hope that that is a little bit more help for you for dividing fractions, dealing with whole numbers, dealing with mixed numbers, dealing with improper and proper fractions. If you have any suggestions or specific things you'd like me to focus on in future videos, please reach out and let me know. My goal is to continue to make videos for you and put them on YouTube. But I am a teacher, so I will be working on my actual job during the week as my priority. So I will do my best to get the channel updated as often as I can. And good luck with your math. And I hope that you do well. Be confident and practice. Those are my most important 2 things for you to do. Be confident and practice. Thanks, everybody.